Today is Thursday, February 1st, 2024, day 42 of 75 Hard. We are officially, what is that, 6 weeks? Yeah, 6 weeks done with 75 Hard. It's not even quite an 11-week program, so yeah, we're over halfway. We're working our way towards the end goal. I'm happy to announce my wife and I each have completed our 5 critical tasks. We've maintained our diet, no wheat or alcohol of any kind. In fact, we had a vegetable night, and it was quite nice. Let's see, we have each drunk at least a gallon of water. We have done 2 45-minute workouts. We did a walk at home this morning, and then an afternoon rock into evening. It was a little bit after dark by the time we got done. We've each read at least 10 pages in our books and taken a progress picture, which you should be seeing there. So yeah, let's talk about this past week. There was, I don't know, like 75 Hard, it's not that it was any worse or better than previous weeks. We were more tired this week, but that's because we picked up some extra work. There were extra things that we willingly took onto our plates, but yeah, it just kind of happened, and it's all a blessing. It's all a good thing, but yeah, that's meant longer days, longer work hours, less sleep at night, but it's okay. Like I'm actually quite shocked by it, because normally if I didn't get 10 hours of sleep, it was kind of a rough day. I was probably going to need a nap in the afternoon. That's the way I operated for years. And yeah, we stayed up until midnight last night because we had to make some changes on our website. Things that, products that ended, new products that started for the end of January, beginning of February. So we had to stay up for that, but then we were up fairly early in the morning. So less than 8 hours of sleep that I got, and yeah, I still feel fine. It's almost 9 o'clock now. And so I'm just now getting to where I'm kind of winding down for the evening. Been going hard for more than 12 hours, and that's just the way it is, So work is a blessing. God is providing that for us, and so we're going to have a good attitude about it. And this 75 Hard is just part of the process of becoming better people, all right? You got to think about it. Yeshua was extraordinarily mentally tough. All right, he had long days, stressful days, where sun up to sundown he was serving people. All right, there were times he had to get away, take a break, because he was just exhausted. But the majority of his ministry here on earth, sun up to sundown, he was doing stuff. And so that takes an incredible discipline to get that done. Now, you might be saying, well, he was God. He can do whatever he wants. No, keep in mind. All right, yes, he was and is God. He was also man, and I firmly believe, based on Scripture, he actually gave up the omnipotence, the omnipresence, and the omniscience of God. He became a man, and so he was operating in the strength of a man, the physical strength of a man. All right, he was walking fully in perfect communication with the Spirit. That was his Father telling him what he wanted and getting his directions from the Father. He was setting the example of what we can achieve through his power and authority once we've been redeemed by his blood. And so, looking at Yeshua as the perfect example of how a man is to live his life, spiritually, first and foremost, physically, also. Dude was a carpenter. This is before power tools. So he grew up hauling and moving trees, all right, timber, and then hand forming those things into the shapes that he needed to. And you think about all the physical trauma that he went through, and then had to carry wooden beams up a hill, and then got nailed to a cross, and was forced to breathe in, very restrictive ways for hours on end. I mean, that's a physically tough person. And then mentally tough. Doing what he did, serving people to the extent that he did, day in and day out. The Gospel of John says that, hey, yeah, if we actually wrote down everything that he did, the world probably could not contain the books thereof. And I think about my life and how the majority of it, it's been a lot of wasted time, wandering through life without purpose, without aim, or just being content for being average or below average in certain areas. The irony is I don't consider myself an average person, but I was content to live in an average way. And that's not what Yeshua calls us to. And so all that to say, this program is not the end. All right? Much like Torah is not the end. It's a starting point. All right? And Christians out there, salvation is not the end. It's a starting point. Okay? 75 hard is not the end. I'm not going to do this and be like, well, I'm done. I'm going to go back to living the way that I was, eating the junk that I was, being sedentary like I was. No. No. I want to become more like Yeshua. Through the Spirit, through the power of God working in me, in the authority in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach. That means I'm going to continue growing spiritually. I'm going to continue growing physically. All right? Building my body, not letting myself get weak. And I've got to continue growing mentally also. Emotionally is part of that also. I think that will naturally follow with the spiritual, the physical, and the mental. You will be more in control of your emotions. All right? That's something that I have traditionally struggled with in my life, lashing out in anger, being led by whims and desires, lusts, things like that. And no, I'm saying no to those things. Why? Because I'm practicing saying no to things that I want to do now. And I'm doing the hard things. And I'm going to continue to do that. And I want to show myself faithful to my master. He gave me talents. And so I'm going to return to him interest on those talents. I'm going to give him back more than he gave me. And I encourage and I challenge you to do the same. Don't be content with what you've done in the past, with who you've been. Always be striving to be more like Yeshua himself in every aspect. All right, unless you can truly say that, yes, I'm exactly like Yeshua was, then you have work to do. All right, and if anyone who claims that, you're a liar. All right, just being straight with you. Okay, I've talked long enough, but I hope you understand kind of more of the mindset. I'm feeling very focused, motivated in what I need to do, even though more has been added to my plate. It's a blessing. Count it all joy. All right, today I was scrubbing a toilet. Is that what I want to do with my life? No. I was willing to do it because it's building towards something greater. And whoever's going to be the greatest among you, let him first be your servant. Okay? All right. That's what I'm going to do. So thank you for joining me for this daily check-in, this week 6 review. Tomorrow, week number 7 starts, so we'll have another weigh-in then. All right, have a good night. Bye now.